A rare Tuesday night football game in Henrico? That's exactly what was on the docket as two playoff teams had plenty on the line. Welcome to SportsWire. I'm Will Catterley. Back in September, Hermitage was supposed to host Varina in a marquee matchup, but Mother Nature had other plans as a series of strong thunderstorms postponed the game to late October for some rare Tuesday night football. Playoff seeding and much-needed momentum were both at stake, as Hermitage was trying to end a two-game skid and move up the Class 5 rankings, while Varina came in as the number 2 seed in Class 4 with a chance to close in on that number 1 spot. And if you love defense and games that come down to the wire, this was the one for you. So Hermitage at home on a Tuesday night, hosting the Varina Blue Devils. Hermitage had to play Highland Springs on Friday. Highlights of that one coming up. Atlee and Varina matched up on Friday night as well. Early on I said defense ruled the day. Start ruling Braylon Hood with a sack. And then on the other side, Linwood Johnson. You'll hear his name later. He would make a big play. But early on it was a Hermitage defense. Number 44 on the stop. That would be Dylan Webb. And then Varina's D, Johnny on the spot as well. 44 for Varina, number 2 on defense as well. And there's 44 again. Man, did he have a game. Darius Wilson just jamming the line of scrimmage later in the first. It's a fumble! A mix-up at the mesh point, if you will. Varina, Johnny on the spot, recovers a fumble. That would lead to this drive. Second quarter, field goal up, no good. So it's still no score. Later in the second, Hermitage trying to dial long distance, but that's a wobble pass, and it's intercepted by Varina. Number 4 doing the honors. It is Tejan Cheatham. Still, though, Hermitage would get the ball back, and this was their best offense, really running from the QB position. Javon Lewis, and would lead to this field goal up and good by Carlos Diaz. 3-0 Hermitage, and that would be your score at the break. Second half, Varina with a chance. That field goal is blocked. So the Panthers pounce on it, and their special teams makes a big play. They're still up 3-0 at this point. More from Hermitage. Looking. It was just a matter of time before this guy got going. Andre Clark Jr. from Benyane. And what do you say? It would lead to this early fourth quarter. Diaz, 2 for 2 from the field goal standpoint, and it's a 6-0 game. Hermitage with 9:42 to go. What would Varina do? Linwood Johnson would lead with an injury on the previous play. So what do? Direct snap to Tavon Gilpin. And Gilpin, biggest play for Varina from scrimmage inside the Hermitage 15. It would lead to this. 3rd and goal. Johnson comes back. Linwood fires, finds Damari Carter. Touchdown, Blue Devils. And finally, it wasn't pretty, but Varina gets their first points of the night. Fast forward to 1:35 to go in the fourth. Hermitage, tick. Hook and lateral. No, snuffed out by Tejan Cheatham, who had a huge game on defense. It's 4th down, but they got to stop the clock. Oh no, they clock it on 4th down. That means they turn it over on downs. And Varina gets the ball back, and they eat the clock from there. The Blue Devils survive on the road and win it. 7-6 is your final.
I knew this game was going to be like this. I mean, you talking about a team that's coming off 2 losses. I mean, they could do anything to get a win. Some of these kids played with these kids, grew up, so I knew we was going to get the best Hermitage. And I was just hoping we match what they do.
I just knew we had to go score. It was 3rd down. I had to go make a play, and that's what I did.
Meanwhile, in the West End, 2 big-time rivals would collide on the gridiron when Godwin played host to Freeman. And as the heavy fog descended onto Ron Axel Stadium, the Mavericks tried to dominate the game on the ground as both teams jostled for playoff positioning. A lot at stake in this one between these 2 rivals, Freeman and Mills. Godwin at the home of the Eagles. Both teams ranked 4 and 5, respectively. And it was Freeman early and often on the ground. Smooth like Butter Stevenson. With a carry, a lot of Butter Stevenson in this one. You want more Butter Stevenson? You got it. Stevenson up the middle. And the Freeman offensive line was opening up some serious holes. And the Mavs running backs taking advantage would lead to this. A few plays later, Ryan Bland making it spicy, finding the end zone. Pay dirt, touchdown, Mavs. Extra point no good, but they would have a 6-0 lead after 1 quarter of play. Switching sides now, second quarter. More of what got them there. The fake to Butter and Jaden Reese. Up the middle, good for a first down. Haven't heard the last of Jaden. He can continue to make his presence felt. This is perfectly done on the read option. Put it in the belly of the back. Take it yourself. Reese dials up his own number, and Reese is turning Godwin's defense into pieces. Touchdown, Freeman, and it's 12-0 Mavs with 8:28 to go. Still second quarter. Daniel Viner needing something big, and this is what he does best. Dialing long distance, got his man. Hammering Hank Pearsall for a big gain. First down, Eagles. And Godwin would have it lead to this. No, it's not the Philly Eagle tush push, but it works anyway. Quarterback sneak. Touchdown Viner. Touchdown Eagles. Eagles fly. They're down 12-7 with 3:11 to go in the second. Freeman's like, well, let's get some points ourselves before the end of the half. Run up the middle. It is smooth like butter. Stevenson. Inside Godwin territory, it would lead to this. Field goal attempt for Freeman, at least to put them up 15-7, have an 8-point cushion. But the field goal is wide and no good. And despite the dominant first half, Freeman only up 12-7. So we go to the third. Mavs back to what got him there, the ground game. Ryan Bland, this time Godwin stretches it out rather well. Still a positive gain for Freeman, but it would lead to this later. Faking everybody out. It's the backdoor screen to I can't believe it is Butter Stevenson. Touchdown, Mavericks. A huge play on fourth down, no doubt. And the Mavs, with a big touchdown, take a 2-score lead. They're up 19-7. We go to the fourth. More from Freeman in the ground game. They were terrific. Bland up the gut. Good for a first down, moving the chains. That fog really becoming a factor as the game went on. You can see it. Look how thick that fog is. Here comes smooth like butter Stevenson. Man, did he have a game. 149 yards on the ground. Freeman had 297. Second touchdown of the night, leading to this by Ryan Bland. And the Freeman ground game, absolutely tremendous, and they beat their rivals. 32-7 the final. We have more football to get to coming up, but first when we come back, we hit the courts for some ladies volleyball. Godwin tries to hold serve against Freeman, while Glen Allen goes on the road to tussle with Tucker. Highlights are straight ahead.
Todd's a great guy. I mean, look at him. What a sweetheart. Attaboy. Wait, Todd, what are you doing? How totally selfish and un-Todd-like of you. Come on, Todd. Come on, man.
Welcome back to SportsWire. You know, the volleyball postseason almost underway, but there was one final week in the regular season, and that brings Godwin and Freeman back together as rivals. First set action, Freeman in the front court, Godwin in the back court. This was a great rally back and forth, but right at the top, she knocks it down. Ava Gardner, the senior, 5'10", jumping like she's taller than that. Point, Freeman, that one, they let go. It is coming up, aces for Mills Godwin. Eagles get the win in the first set, 25-19. Competitive first set, though. Second set we go, Freeman on the serve. Nice knuckler of a serve right there. Godwin, though. It's all about the passing, folks. All about the passing. Getting the kill right there. Number 3 doing the honors, Chloe Snyder. And then it's aces again. They exploited that section of the court against Freeman often to confuse the Mavs. And then the Mavs pay it right back. Pay it forward. Why not? Number 9 doing the honors, Catherine Pollard. She's a senior. She gets the ace. Freeman trying to build on a little momentum here and take the second set. No! Ma'am, that's not going to happen. Chloe Snyder with authority with the kill and the point, and the Eagles seizing the moment. Setting it up and knocking it down once again. And Snyder and company with a commanding advantage here in the second set. More from Godwin. Freeman trying to hit it where they ain't. Another good volley here. Usually happens a lot when these two rivals come together, and Freeman going to be on the winning end of this one. Point, Mavs, so they aren't done just yet, but they don't want to fall down 2-0. Eagles with the serve in the ace, and that's exactly what Godwin does to Freeman. 25-17, and they take the second set. On to the third. Could the Lady Eagles get the clean sweep? Mavs want nothing to do with that. She gets the kill right there for Freeman. Nicely done. And then on the serve, Catherine Pollard. Godwin, what a nice pass. Even better finish in your living room. Watch out, folks. Great kill. Eagles back with the momentum. Freeman on the serve. Still third set action. A little discombobulated, but the pass works anyway. Freeman going to try to set up something better on their end. But it is blocked at the front of the net. Number 16 gets her paws on it. Olivia was savage. A savage hit from Olivia, and Godwin in command. Eagles not stopping there either. The kill on the outside, yup, that dog will hunt. Godwin in control. Then number 23, Lucy Gibbs on the serve. Freeman trying to rally the troops. Going to get an opportunity here. Good set. Nice finish. They get the point, and Freeman hanging around in all of these sets, really, against Godwin, who's had a pretty darn good season, and they're getting better as the year goes on. And they would set it up for this. Again, the kill. Big night for Chloe Snyder and company. Godwin gets a win in straight sets, 3-0. More ladies volleyball to get to. Glen Allen on the road taking on J.R. Tucker, and Glen Allen looking to close out their season, their regular season that is, on a high note and get a decent playoff seed. That will work. The serve, 8-up Tucker. Then number 10 doing it again, Kayla Walters. Point, aces for the Jags. Want more Walters? Here she comes. This time, Tigers do a nice job corralling it. And then on the outside, number 7 gets it over. Glen Allen, though, with authority. And an absolute thunderous hit. Number 4 doing the honors, Megan Giles. And there she is again with the point. All Glen Allen. This was tied at 19 at one point, and this is first set highlights. Tied at 19. Glen Allen with the ace right there. They go on to score the next 6 consecutive points, and they take the first set 25-19. On to the second. Jags. Nice get by Tucker on that one. A beautiful dig. Not a bad pass either, but Glen Allen just does it a little bit better. And guess who? They set it on up. Number 6 doing the honors actually on that one, Cameron Whitby. And then Tucker on the serve. Still second set highlights. And that hit them where they ain't. Point, Jags. This Jaguar team might be trouble in the postseason as well, as the brackets yet to come. Still have to finish out the rest of the week to see where everyone is. Of course, Glen Allen in 6. So they would be avoiding the likes of a Mills Godwin, but they'd be facing against teams like Deep Run. Tucker with a big-time point right there. Number 1 doing the honors, Delaney Ballum. Glen Allen, though, comes right back. And then on the serve, it's number 4, Megan Giles. Glen Allen setting it up, knocking it down. No, it's a block. They cannot get it over. Point, J.R. Tucker. Number 5, Michaela Swales. Swatted that one away. But Glen Allen just had too much on the outside. Number 7 was fantastic. Corin Cook. Cook was a cookin'. And then number 1, nice get by J.R. Tucker there to keep this one alive. But Glen Allen had all the answers. Knocking it down for the point is Cameron Whitby. 25-17. Glen Allen takes a second set. Let's go to the all-important third, because you got to win 3. Great serve by Tucker. Excellent get by the Tigers as well. I got to tell you, number 7, Allison Rubenstein, was tremendous, and she's been great for Tucker. That's why she's a captain. one of the major reasons why they got that point. She had tons of digs in this one. And that comes up aces for Tucker. They're not going anywhere. Delaney Ballum and company. But Glen Allen once again would exploit that part of the court against Tucker, and it would work wonders. Number 8, Nyla Green, taking care of business for the Lady Jags. More Jags. Another great dig. Tucker setting it up and completing it. This time, number 8 with the kill, Taylor Kligenpeel. And then on the serve, we talked about how great she is defensively with her digs, getting passes off. Nice serve, better finish by Glen Allen, though, as Cook is cooking once again, and Glen Allen gets a straight set victory, 3-0. Now, field hockey is heading towards the playoffs, and Glen Allen in Class 6A is your number 2 seed for our Henrico teams. They will have a home match against Lansdowne, have home field advantage unless they face Cosby in the end at the 1. Now, Class 5, Godwin and Freeman, you see highlighted in yellow. They are the 2 and the 4 seeds in Class 5C and the Henrico teams. Godwin will play James River, Freeman at home against Prince George. It's back to the gridiron when we return. Highland Springs travels to Hermitage, trying to improve to 7-1. Plus, Glen Allen hopes for a happy homecoming when Deep Run comes calling. That's next.
This can't be happening.
This can't be happening.
Of course it's not happening. Armored car. Listen, having money isn't about luck. Make your own coffee, save $1,000 a year. Feed me.
Feed the pig. Welcome back to Sportswire. There he is, the big ticket, Mekhi Becton, on hand to watch his Springers and his younger brother Michael Becton play for Highland Springs. Yeah, the Jets have a bye week. Becton is doing tremendous stuff with the New York Jets. Hopefully he doesn't take it out of my Giants this upcoming weekend. Anyway, imagine being Hermitage and having to face Highland Springs and then Varina in a span of 5 days. Highland Springs already up 7-0. Better make it 14 because Christian Martin connecting with number 2, Tamondre Braxton, on a 4th down play for a 30-yard touchdown strike. And then the big dogs were eating on defense as usual. Number 44 doing the honors. Beauchamp Street, 14-0 after 1 second quarter. Hermitage trying to get it going. There's Street again. Man, I don't know. The Sportswire ought to be brought to you by the number 44 because we have a lot of number 44s playing great defense. Later on, Springer's always special in special teams. Here come the game breakers, and here comes Tamondre Braxton. Around the right side, great punt return. It would set it up for the Springer offense. They would not waste any time. Yep, sophomore Eric Bird was the word. Again, Christian Martin had a great game as well, as you'll see. He gets a run for the first down, and then Bird on the counter. Inside the 20-yard line of Hermitage, it would set it up for this. Christian Martin firing, finding, man in the end zone, touchdown. The magician, Jakari Henley. Christian Martin's 3rd touchdown pass of the evening. Highland Springs up 20-0. Hermitage looking to come back, trying to fire up the screen, and that's going nowhere. Highland Springs not only has the man down, they got the football. It's a fumble. Springers recover. They were set up. Hermitage defense, got to give them credit, though. Christian Martin, rare mistake, granted a 4th down play. It is picked off. Hermitage, number 11 making the highlight reel. Jerron Harris with the pick, and the Panthers ready to pounce. But that vaunted Springer D going nowhere. Number 34, Josiah Martinez with the tackle. This is just a normal highlight. It's a punt that goes out of bounds. But Hermitage was called for holding in the end zone. Therefore, it's a safety. Therefore, as you see, 22-0. 2 points and the football for Highland Springs. 22 zip. So Hermitage gets the free kick. And what happens? Tamondre happens. He almost broke a couple for touchdowns. This one was really a great chance. But he sets up Highland Springs deep in Hermitage territory, and it would lead to this. Where is he? There he is. Eric Bird is the word. Touchdown. Springers. Bird and Highland Springs would take a 29-0 lead into the break, as it was all Springers in this one. Still not finished on the defensive side. Knifing through the gap. Number 6, number 11 doing the honors. Jamon Lewis and Brennan Johnson. They were big in that. Look at that pretty pass. Back on offense, Christian Martin firing, finding George Lovelace, and no love lost for the Springers against Hermitage on this night. And finishing it off with Bird, and yes, he crossed the end zone before he fumbled. Touchdown Highland Springs. They are up 36-0 at this point. You know what, though? What a season for Erlante Winston. Over 80 yards on this run. He has, this season, the longest touchdown run in Hermitage history. That's saying something, folks. 99 yards. This one goes 82. They get on the scoreboard. No shutout, but Highland Springs, a dominant showing in this one. 36-6 is your final. And let's head to Glen Allen. Jags in great spirits. Always a happy night when it is homecoming, and celebrating the festivities are the Jags, taking on the deep run Wildcats. And early and often, Nana Utsi giving the ball to this guy, and it's never a bad decision to hand the ball off to Dallas Chavis. That's good for a first down. More from the first quarter. Nana Utsi going to show off his arm here, throwing it deep. But Johnny on the spot is deep run. Wildcats with an interception, Cullen Birch. It would not lead to any points, however, and Glen Allen on their next series. Utsi fires, finds his receiver. Leroy Lewis is big yards for them, and then Utsi, smart. Look at that hole. Handing it off, Dallas Chavis. Chavis breaking arm tackles. Chavis in your living room. Big gain for him. Gets him into the red zone and would lead to this. Why not just let him finish it off? Touchdown Chavis, touchdown Glen Allen. Jags with a 7-0 lead on the short touchdown run. Deep runs Trey Gouch trying to answer. He's got an arm and he's got a man. Complete. Deep to Vaughn Cup, get him into Jaguar territory. Same drive, second quarter, field goal. Not close, no good. So deep run not able to put points on the board. Glen Allen, they're going to put up more points. Nana Utsi. He connects with wide receiver Javonte Winston deep into deep run territory. And then they give it to Chavis going around the left side. Chavis, good for a first down. It would lead to this. Utsi looking. Gonna take it himself. Calls his own number. Gets inside the Wildcat 10. He would get injured, but come right back into the game. Next play, handoff. Chavis. Whoop! What a move in between two Wildcat defenders. Touchdown, Glen Allen. 14-0. About a 10-yard run for the touchdown. Still in the second. Chavis finds a hole, and Chavis is gone. 57-yard touchdown run. And he finds pay dirt for the third time. Chavis, huge night on the ground, over 100 yards rushing for him. 21-0 with 8:09 to go. Wildcats, slow developing play here. That defense ready for it and willing. They get the stop and they get a 3 and out, and then it's Glen Allen time once again. Firing, finding his wide receiver, number 2 doing the honors, Stephen Bengu, and then handing the football off. It's number 10 with the run, Jacob Perini. And Perini finding some good yardage. Glen Allen's offense was humming on this night against the deep run D. Again, another connection. Finding his wideout. This time, it's number 15 doing the honors, Antonio Garrett. And then just keep it yourself. Nana Utsi on the quarterback keeper. Touchdown. Glen Allen now with a 28-0 lead on deep run. And they would score 2 more before it was over. 42-0, your final. Other scores, Varina, I mentioned them earlier. They played Atlee. They win that one big, 41-3. Hanover in a key potential playoff matchup beats Henrico 30-7. Thomas Jefferson all over Tucker, 52-0. Remember, if you have questions or comments about the show, just send me an email to this address, sportswire@henrico.k12.va.us. And you can always follow us on X and watch us on YouTube. I can't wait to see ya next time on SportsWire.